One of the nicest plug-in hybrid vehicles available today can be found at your local Volvo store, especially in top-shelf inscription trim. The XC90 T8e all-wheel drive is absolutely lovely. Now, in this quick video, I'll tell you a few things I really like about this vehicle, plus a couple that I don't. But first, I've got to get it charged. Okay, one of the things I absolutely love about the XC90 is its design. And even though this thing debuted about 5 years ago, it still looks studio fresh and oh so elegant. It's remarkable how well it's aged. This second-generation model is the product that has really kickstarted the automaker's ongoing renaissance. It's been a big seller for Volvo, and just for a little context, last year in the US, it was the brand's best-selling vehicle, and by quite a large margin. While I'm still outside, I should mention something I dislike: the wheels. These optional 21 inches look great, and they only cost $800 more than the standard 20s that come on inscription models. But the problem is, I think these things probably weigh 27,000 pounds a piece, and I say that because the XC90 here doesn't seem to ride quite as smoothly as I think it should. And no, it's not harsh, but when you're driving over broken pavement, you get the sensation that there is a lot of mass moving around underneath your feet. This vehicle feels very heavy-footed. My tester here is fitted with an available four-corner air suspension system, which is an $1,800 extra, and it certainly helps smooth things out, but still a little bit less impact harshness might be nice. Still, if you want even more style and likely an even more plodding ride, Volvo will sell you a set of even bigger wheels, some 22s, but they're going to cost you $4,230. The XC90 plug-in hybrid is offered in 3 trims: Base Momentum, Entry-Level R Design, and then Range Topping Inscription, which is what I have here. As for pricing, they kick off around $69,000, though my tester here stickers for roughly $87 grand. Anyway, no matter the T8e all-wheel drive model you fancy, they all feature the same powertrain, which is something I really like. Underneath this foam cover, you will find a 2-liter turbo and supercharged 4-cylinder engine, one that happens to be incredibly smooth, very quiet, and matched to an 8-speed automatic transmission. An aft-mounted electric motor provides 87 horsepower on its own, as well as all-wheel drive. Now, total system output measures 400 ponies and 472 pound-feet of torque, and that's enough sauce to get this vehicle from a standstill to 60 miles an hour in probably about the mid-5-second range. Mounted in the vehicle's central tunnel is an 11.6 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery pack that provides an electric-only driving range of 18 miles. The XC90 here is a little bit less powerful and has 3 fewer miles of EV driving range than the Lincoln Aviator Grand Touring plug-in hybrid. However, this Volvo's drivetrain is far smoother and more responsive than what you get in that Lincoln. Alrighty, another thing I like about the XC90 is the smell, and it's not just the burrito wrapper I may or may not have left in the back seat. Alright, I know this sounds absolutely absurd, but the very first thing you notice when you get inside this vehicle is the aroma, and it's got this rich, enveloping fragrance that is oh so premium. I love it, and if this is what Sweden smells like, well, you can sign me up. And all of that dovetails perfectly with another like, or perhaps I should say love, because the interior of this Volvo is absolutely gorgeous. There is tons of buttery soft leather and contrast stitching. It's used everywhere in here. There's open pore ashwood trim that's treated to a gray finish, and not only does it look great, it feels good too. On the center console, we've got a crystalline shifter. Looks like a piece of artwork sitting right here in the middle of the vehicle. Even the roof pillars and headliner, the sun visors and grab handles are all beautifully detailed. This cabin is absolutely exquisite. But what's not so pretty is some of the tech. Now, if you like lots of swiping and scrolling, chances are you'll love Volvo's Sensus infotainment system. This is not the worst multimedia solution on the market today, not by a long shot, but neither is it one of my favorites. Sensus can be pretty confusing, and for instance, I actually had to search the owner's manual because I couldn't figure out how to save radio presets, and it wasn't at all obvious how you do that. Really shouldn't be that difficult. At least there's plenty of real estate on this 9-inch screen here. Oh, and Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are included. Similar to that infotainment system, I dislike a lot of this vehicle's secondary controls. Every time I get behind the wheel of a new Volvo, I'm kind of like, what do I do now? A lot of the switches on the steering wheel here are strangely marked. The gear selector, you've got to double click it to shift, which is just silly. And then the climate controls can be very fiddly, which is weird as well. As for this console-mounted ignition switch, I actually like it quite a lot, though every time I get in here, I'm instinctively poking at the dashboard because muscle memory is hard to override, and that's where practically every other vehicle's on-off switch is located these days. Well, as you've just seen, the 2020 Volvo XC90 T8e all-wheel drive Inscription plug-in hybrid is a lovely 3-row luxury utility vehicle, one without any real deal-breaking faults. But obviously, I didn't have enough time to cover everything about it in this short pros and cons video. So for more information about this vehicle, make sure you head on over to our website, theroadshow.com, and check out my full written review. In the meantime, I'm going to go unplug this thing and take it for a drive. Thank you for watching.